Thank you, Dr. Sherif. There is a question about if I were to be vaccinated, will I be still able to spread the virus to susceptible individuals? In other words, why are we still wearing the mask?
Okay. So if I get vaccinated, I am 95% protected. So that's the protection offered by the current vaccines, which means that there is a 5% chance that I would still get infected if I get exposed. Now, if I get exposed and get infected, then I can obviously spread it. But if I get exposed and it's amongst the 95% chance, then I would not be infected and I would not spread it. Now, why are we still wearing masks? Because it's going to take a lot of time for all of us to either get infected or get vaccinated for us to have a degree of herd immunity in the community that would break that cycle. And I see Dr. Bahna is raising his hand. Please.
But just one second before you answer, because actually a question just came hot on the oven about this, and he or she are asking, so am I a carrier then? So I want whoever will answer to really cover a multitude of questions. Okay. Yes, I'm not getting the symptomatic COVID, but am I carrying an asymptomatic COVID? And hence, I could hurt my grandmother who is 85 years old.
Let me try that. I think the answer is no, because I think you would not get infected. The endpoints for the studies that were published were clinical endpoints, meaning they were trying to find out if people are getting infected, and they were tested and to confirm the presence of infection. Okay. So this is the clinical endpoint, but I'm interested in
yes, Dr. Sami and then Dr. Raafat.
Please.
Well, I'd like to clarify the difference between two words, infection and illness. I can be infected without getting illness. So the vaccine that we get is to protect us from the disease, not from the infection. Infection means entry of a pathogen. So if I am vaccinated and I'm not putting a mask and coming close to people who might be ill or having the virus in their respiratory tract, that virus can enter my respiratory tract and I will not probably get sick. High protective value of the vaccine. But in the first few days, up to 10 days, I may transfer that virus that did not harm me to another person who does not have immunity. Hence the importance that we continue the masks and the distancing.
Okay. Dr. Raafat, I want to just summarize what I heard. We may be carriers of an asymptomatic virus. Is that true or false in your opinion? And is that the reason why we're wearing masks?
And the answer is yes to both. So very simply, and actually I'll tell you what people are doing. We actually are conducting these clinical trials as we speak to see if how infectious vaccinated people could be. I just want to detail the response in a couple of ways. First, it's important to know that we get infected in the upper airways and the upper respiratory tract, but then it travels to the lungs, the lower respiratory tract, and that's where it does all of the damage. As Dr. Bahna and Dr. Mossad mentioned correctly, that we've done the efficacy trial based on a clinical outcome, no disease. But we didn't do all of the PCR testing for everybody who's been immunized. It's very difficult to do it in 30, 60,000 every day. So we didn't do that. The only company who's done something similar to that is AstraZeneca, where they have tried very hard to do PCR every every week on most of their vaccinees in the UK. From that specific study, we know that you may, in fact, reduce infectivity by about 30 to 50%. So a vaccinated person could may carry the virus and transmit it to others in about 50 to 70% of a chance. But in general, that is important to continue wearing the mask even if you are vaccinated.
Okay, I'm going